Okay. Hi there, I'm Kelly, the creator of Mystickitten Fox, aka Mystickitten Crafts. It's February. It is February 1st, and oh god, I already have a headache. So I just finished editing the January vlog, and I'm actually really happy that I got it edited. I got it rendered and everything. So I will be putting it up tomorrow, February 2nd, so I'll have that scheduled. And I'm just really excited that I actually got it done. So let's just hope that I keep it up for the rest of the year. Kind of just some life updates is, not really updates, but dear Lord, this week at work has just been horrendous. I was so stressed all week. It was just too much for me. I actually ended up going into work today as well to just get some like administrative stuff done, because one of my things for my product group is keeping up with our job board. And so I'm the one who updates it. I'm the one who keeps it updated. I left work early yesterday, Friday, because I was super stressed. I didn't eat lunch. I was running out of energy and adrenaline. I was running purely on 400 calories of a lemon pie and adrenaline. And once that adrenaline ran out, I was just like, I'm going home. I'm so tired. I'm going home. I can't do this anymore. And so I wasn't able to update our job board before I left. And so I decided I'm going to go in today just for like an hour, get that updated. So I went and did that, ran around Target for a little bit afterwards. And then I had a package that I needed to ship out for the previous owners. They've been having some packages sent to our house, and we've been holding on to them. I was going to hold on to them for a year, and if they didn't ask for them, then we were just going to open them and throw them out. But they actually did reach out and were like, hey, we accidentally sent something back to the old house. Would you mind sending it over to us? So I was more than happy to do that for them. Then I walked around downtown for a bit today. I checked out the card collectible place downtown, and I bought some hockey cards. And that's really all I've done today. Actually, it kind of sounds like it was a lot. It kind of was. A knitting update is I had to undo my sweater at the end of the January vlog, and it was so small. It should go all the way to here, and it was like right here. And I checked my gauge, and it was so bad. It was so off. It was not, even if I stretch it, it was not going to meet the gauge. So I went up a needle size. I was using a 3.75. I decided to go up to a 4 millimeter instead of a 3.75. Arguably, you wouldn't think that it would do much, but I did gauge swatch this time. I have proof. I did do a gauge swatch. It does kind of look small, but if you stretch it out a bit, it does meet gauge. Now, I don't like actually watching my gauge swatches. I know you're supposed to, but I just don't feel like I'm able to use the yarn if I need it when I do a gauge swatch. So right now this is still connected, so when I need to go back to this ball of yarn, I'm going to undo all of this. And so I'm not going to wash it, which I know you're supposed to and you should, but your girl doesn't have any more yarn of this color, so I don't want to risk, using it all up. So we're gonna hold on to this, but a unwashed gauge swatch and like kind of just stretching it out a bit, like this much, it did get me gauge. So I am confident that this one will fit better, but it does mean that I might not end up finishing this test knit on time. And if it gets to being about halfway through February and I haven't, or I'm not at a good point where just like, oh yes, I will get this done by the end of February, I will reach out to Sarah and let her know, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it, and I might need a little bit of an extension, or I might be able to post about it afterwards. So we'll see how it goes, because this weekend, this is going to be my therapy. This is going to be my relaxation. One can argue it is relaxation. And we're going to try and get to the point where I was. I spent about a total of 24 hours getting to the point I showed you in the last vlog. So I'm thinking that if I just dedicate all my time to working on this and, you know, taking breaks, stretching, whatever, eating, I should be fine. We'll see if that's true. That is it for today, and see you the rest of the month. So I've got some mail in. I've got my Patreon goodies from Cece's Art Cafe, which is, Cece is my favorite artist. I will absolutely admit that. I've got my Studio Gilby collection from Oakwood Knits. I've got my January club. So first off, we have Cece's Patreon goodies. So we've got the sticker. It's very cute. I believe this is like the self-care. And she always adds in a little like kind of thank you card. And then all the little stickers. And I believe this is kind of like a postcard. But it's just gonna go on my wall. It's so cute. So it's called the Gilby Yarn Club from Oakwood Knits. She added a little like holiday chai tea thing, I think, which is very cute. I don't drink tea though, so maybe I'll give that to a coworker or something. Ooh, this is adorable. First of all, we got, oh, I think this is like a little sticker. That is so cute. I love it. I will find somewhere to stick it, probably in my sticker book. This is the yarn, and honestly, I don't think my camera / the lighting in my room really does it justice. So it's a Feather in the Dusk. This is the January colorway, the variegated version. It is a Feather in the Dusk, and it is based off of the movie The Boy and the Heron. I actually haven't seen this movie yet. Eventually I will, but I haven't watched like all the Gilby movies. The ones that I know I've seen is Princess Mononoke, My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, I believe A Castle in the Sky, and Kiki's Delivery Service. I'm honestly not 100% sure because I did get a subscription to Max at some point, and all of the Studio Gilby movies are on there. So I had watched a whole bunch of them at the time, so I might have to get the subscription again and rewatch them, because why not? So I got 2 of these. One of these is going to be used in like a sweater or a shawl, and then the other one I want to actually make into a blanket. So I want to gather all this up, and pretty much all of my leftovers are going to be made into a blanket. As to what pattern, I have no clue, but I thought it would be a cool thing to make a sweater, a shawl, and a blanket out of all of them. So I'm thinking that some of these colors can be used for a Woolworth sweater, or maybe cardigan, or any of the other patterns that Sarah has created for kind of like a fade, or like the winter solstice boxes that Explorer Knit and Fiber create. So kind of one of those patterns would be good. Okay, bye-bye. I love you. one of those patterns would probably be really nice to make with this club yarn. Okay, I haven't recorded anything since the beginning of the month, I'm pretty sure. But recently I started talking with a friend about the Fourth Wing series, and that's actually pushed me to read more of Onyx Storm. So honestly, that's probably what's been going on, really, and that's what I've been focusing more on. So my knitting projects have been kind of taking a back burner, which really sucks, but hopefully they'll get back on track soon. I finished Onyx Storm. I'm a shell of a person right now. I had to find the one to keep doing stuff today, aka work on my knitting projects. I did almost finish one. I have the Northern Attitude beanie right here, so I just have to bind it off. Essentially, this is it. Doesn't look too bad, in all honesty. I feel like the brim is a bit too much for my liking, but we'll see what it looks like on a head. Yeah, so that's one project that I've pretty much finished. I've gotten pretty far on my wool weft sweater. Not where I want to be though. I'm not at my third color yet, but we're getting there. This definitely looks like it'll fit better, for sure. And at this point, I don't think I have enough time to try and redo that anyways. But that's about it. Because I've been talking to my friend about Fourth Wing, which I will say, find you a friend who loves a book as much as you do, or at least the way that they read, that, you know, they also scream at books the way you do, because it makes loving a series so much better. I don't think I've ever loved a series as much as I have loved Fourth Wing, so it's been very nice of being able to talk with my friend about it and share random things, talk about random things about it, and it just kind of pushed me to finally read more of it. I want to say I was reading at least a chapter a night, so averaging about like 16 pages, and after talking to her, I averaged about 30 pages a day. Granted, a lot of it was reading it on a Sunday. It still pushed me to read more of it, and it doesn't help that she is a fast reader, so I was just like, oh my god, I have to keep, you know, I have to keep going, I have to keep reading so that I can catch up with her. And she was actually very nice enough where she's just like, alright, you told me you were on chapter 45, that's where I stopped, I'm letting you, you know, catch up, and I'm just enjoying where I am right now, so I'm just waiting for you. I'm like, okay, well, now I just gotta keep reading so that I'm not leaving her kind of hanging and wondering and having to deal with spoilers and stuff. So I finally finished it today. She hasn't finished it yet, and I can't wait until she does, because the only thing I can say about it without any spoilers is that's all I can say with no spoilers. I did create a specific Tumblr for Fourth Wing now, for the Empyrean series in general, so all of my thoughts are just going there now. But because of that, I got one video of these little blind boxes that I fell in love with, and so I bought some. Look at them. Look at these little things. So I'm gonna open up one with you guys. I have 4 more, but I don't think I'm gonna open them all up at once. I'm gonna kind of have them there to enjoy. We're gonna open up this one together. Yeah, okay. I'm not looking. So oh, okay. Look at that face. That's a cute face. I went to Fox River Fibers today, and here's my haul. I had to really zoom out to be able to just get this in here. So sorry if you kind of see the clutter on my desk. It's fine. So as soon as I saw this in the store, I was like, I absolutely have to have this. This is coming home with me. I love the work that Jamie does. She makes cute doodles. I've gotten, I think, at least some of her doodle decks. I haven't gotten any of her recent ones just because I haven't actually made any of them yet. So this is just some of the things that she has in there. I believe there's instructions on how to make an infinity cowl, and I think there's even one on how to make like a sweater. There's one for a hat. Oh, there's a headband one. Oh, that's cute. Mittens, fingerless mitts. So yeah, this is gonna be a nice one to add to my book collection. Then I got 3 skeins of this daffodil. It's a lot brighter than it shows up on the camera, but it's fine. I wanted kind of more of a bright color. So this is from Yarn Citizen. It is a fingering weight, and it is made of 50% wool and 50% alpaca. And there is about 419 yards per 100 grain. Next are all of the stitch markers I got. So I got this working until measuring tape from Twice Shepherd Sheep. So essentially what it is that you put this end on your stitch marker or your hook, and then you're able to measure out about, I think, over a foot of your work so that you don't have to get your measuring tape out and wonder about, you know, am I measuring this correctly or not? So I got this one for a friend because I already have my own. I also picked up this row counter where you can actually count your increases and like what row you're on. It has a little hedgehog at the bottom. This is also from Twice Shepherd Sheep. This one is also for a friend because she loves hedgehogs. And then I also got some cute stitch markers for my friend because she said that she wanted cute stitch markers, and she didn't want to buy any for herself because she still had kind of her ugly, what she calls her ugly stitch markers, which I think is kind of basically the basics that, you know, you get when you first start knitting or crocheting. So she hasn't updated her stitch markers, and I was like, you need cute stitch markers. You should not be denying yourself that. So I also picked these up from Fox River Fibers as well. She loves cats, so I got her this moon one with these cats on it. I think this one is also a black cat. Oh no, this is a white cat. That's cute. And then I also got her these pumpkin ones as well. And I wanted to get her ones where they open and close, but weren't necessarily a lobster claw and weren't like closed looped, like fully closed loop where she couldn't open them. Just because I prefer these kind over the ones that don't open. And I figured these are kind of nice starter stitch markers for her as well. And then this one I got for myself because it's Pokemon themed, and I thought I knew the name of this one, but I don't. But it was cute, and I wanted it. Although it is a lobster claw, now I see. It's fine. I will live with it. Hey there, I'm just here to end February. Not much really happened. Trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think much really happened. I did not end up finishing my wool-weft sweater. It is currently March 9th. And I'm still working on the sleeves. And it's gotten to the point where I need smaller needles. So I'm waiting for those to come in to actually work on them. But yeah. What did I finish in February? I think there were a couple of things I finished in February. Yes. So I did finish my test knit for Perfectly Knotted on her Northern Attitude beanie, which is, as of right now, it is released. You can go ahead and purchase that on her website or on Ravelry. I will, of course, leave links in the description below. I also finished my cottage book sleeve from Woolen Stitchcraft. That one was a gift for a co-worker's girlfriend. So those two are things I did finish in February, but my main testnet I did not finish, and I'm really sad about that because it's the first time I didn't finish a testnet, but you know, life happens, things happen, and I also felt like I was kind of getting burned out a little bit from it too. I think having to have restarted it at the beginning of February really left me for a loop, and I tried my hardest to finish it, but I think at the end I started to feel really burned out by it. And into March, I'm still kind of feeling burned out by it, where I'm taking a couple days off now and again and not really focusing on it like I should. And for books that I read in February, so I read volume 3 of Kaiju number 8. I finished up Onyx Storm. Loved it. It broke my heart. I'm still mad at it. I finished volume 1 of Opposites Attract. I think it's supposed to be like Puppy Opposites Attract and combining puppy and opposites, and I don't know how to say that. I also finished the audiobook of This Is Why We Lied by Karen Slaughter. I finished Kiki's Delivery Service. I finished The Cruel Prince. And I finished volume 16 of Demon Slayer. So I got quite a bit done. I read 3 mangas, 2 normal books, and then I listened to 2 audiobooks. I say that was a good amount of stuff that I was able to get through in February. I will see y'all next month for what I did in March. Have a good one. Bye.